Oh my goodness, we are live. Your pal Hal here with you on Backchannel. Thank you for joining us, everybody. It is Friday, the 3rd of December. Can you believe it? The New Year's right around the corner. This everything has flown by. We're in the run up. We are in the holiday season. Couple minutes after 11 o'clock on the West Coast, couple minutes after 2 o'clock on the East Coast. Just looking at my face here, which is, listen, not trying to be too vain, but just having a devil of a time adjusting the color on this. Oh, here we go. I feel like that. Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. A little more balance there. Yes, Travis. Can you see that? Very nice. Producer Travis hanging out with us. We'll talk to him in a second. But I want to thank you for coming along for the fun ride right here with your pal Hal. We're going to be talking about news. We're going to be talking about movies. We're going to do some silly stuff, some comedy, some games. Yeah, it's going to be pretty nutty, pretty nutty. And whether you're working today, working from home, are you just hanging out? Are you just chilling all day? Are you already on vacation? Have the holidays officially started for you and you are just in the run up? Are you celebrating Hanukkah? Happy Hanukkah. Are you just surrounded by menorahs and Hanukkah gifts and spinning the dreidel? Lovely. I love it. Are you decorating your Christmas tree? Are you going to decorate your Christmas tree this week? Going on? I want to know. Tell us what the run up to your holiday season is like. And you can do that. You can participate in this show by getting your device's attention. Talk to your smart device. I'm not going to get your device's attention right now because that could go horribly awry, I'm told. Like if I talk to your smart device and like get its attention, then I could turn on your oven. I could unlock your doors. I could set off your security system. And I don't know if you're just in a residence or are you in a government building and I'll set off like a code red or something, or can I set off like the red, orange, yellow levels of alert like in war games, like the US government has those threat levels. I don't want to set off your system. So you talk to your smart device, get your smart device's attention, and then use the magic word, say, and then you could put anything at all after that. So, smart device, say, I am spinning the dreidel and I'm playing dreidel gambling games. Or say, I'm going to hang the tinsel and the ornaments on the tree this weekend. The whole fam is coming by. Or say, I am just hanging out in my underwear with my dog, uh, Jeremiah, if that's your dog's name, or whatever your dog may be. Or if you want to communicate with us, you can go to backchannel.tv, backchannel.tv, and you can chat with us there. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear what you got going on. Anything at all, doesn't matter. No judgment. It's a judgment-free zone. Also, I want to hear what you're snacking on. I got like some of these little popcorn potato chips. They're like popcorn discs. Not bad, actually. Not bad. Trying to keep it a little bit healthy. And then I also have some mixed nuts that I might snack on. We got a Harry and David box. It's the season for Harry and David boxes. You know what? You could, if you don't know what to get someone, you could do worse than a Harry and David box. And we are not sponsored by Harry and David, but I'm just telling you that it's nice to get a box of treats in the mail. So Harry and David, you could get cheeses, you could get meat, or you can get mixed nuts, you get chocolate, so much that yeah, it's nice to get a box of goodies, a little holiday care package of goodies. So yeah, not a bad tip right there. If you're looking for that gift for a person or just someone where your last person likes, send them a gift basket. Doesn't have to be from Harry and David, but Harry and David, if you get wind of this and you want to advertise right here on your pal Hal, I will talk crap about all the other gift baskets and sing your praises. If you want to be our corporate sponsor. And we could not do this show without the guidance, the the steady hand of producer Travis. Producer Travis, what's happening? How's your steady hand?
Pretty
Oh yeah,
steady.
like a surgeon, like a surgeon. Very nice. So, how's it going this morning? What have you been up to since I last saw you 24, 22 hours ago?
Oh boy, it's been a real time. Super exciting. Speaking of surgery, I saw yesterday video of a surgeon in Australia practicing a new form of remote surgery. So he was doing a surgery that was happening in the United States on a banana.
Wow. So
Yeah,
was he using a laser or was he using an actual like blade?
it
Or
was a
was it like
laser.
a game of operation?
Yeah, he was using it was like a game of operation, but it was with a laser.
Wow.
Yeah,
Uh very cool, very
I know,
cool.
right?
And um what so we're looking at the future then.
I think so. Which is that's the thing. Would you let a surgeon, like the best surgeon in the world? It was the number
Mhm.
one top flight specialist, but he had to do it remotely.
Huh. You know what? I don't want to be the beta test. Like I even though I say that, even though we're all guinea pigs with a lot of the COVID precautions right now, but I don't want to be the first guy. So if it's established, then yeah. Or if it's an emergent situation, if it's like, oh, I need the surgery, otherwise I might be taking a dirt nap,
Fair enough.
then uh, bring it on, Doctor Dundee. Bring it on. That's a little too British. Do you do an Australian accent, Travis?
I cannot, but I have good news. It turns out it was a London-based surgeon. I was wrong on that. But yeah, he's doing a robotic surgery. Whoops, a robotic surgery on a banana.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
do you remember it was a meme for a little while about doing surgery on a grape? Do you remember
Yeah.
that? Taking
Yeah.
the skin off the grape? My dad used to, he had a phrase he would always say. My
Uh-huh.
dad was a joker and he had like a dark sense of humor. It's probably
Mhm.
where I get the mine from.
Mhm.
I think this might have been an old movie quote from like the 1950s, like a film noir thing. But he used to like to say, I wouldn't give you the skin off a grape.
Do you think that
Yeah,
was because he didn't know how to take it off?
maybe now that we live in a day and age where it's not just been taken off, where it's been just memeified over and over again, I think my dad might change his tune.
Yeah.
11:11 on the West Coast, make a wish. One moment while I make a wish. There we go. Travis, I hope you made a wish again. Don't tell anyone your wish. Otherwise, the Wish Council will revoke it. That's how that works. That's that's just established science, right?
Is the Wish Council an elected position, or is that just sort of a is it more of a legacy thing?
I think it's a legacy thing, like kind of a council of elders. That like yeah, they've just been doing it. Kind of they're very they're in like a bunch of like you know older folks wearing like tweed jackets, maybe some are in like cloaks, like graduates, like the deans of a universe, like a dean and the board of a university or something like that.
So it's like
I
a like
think.
an Elks Lodge looking kind of situation.
Yeah, yeah, that's what we're feeling. Hey Travis, before we jump into the show,
Uh-huh.
oh, we are jumping into the show, and the
Alrighty.
first thing we're jumping into the show with is just a little more chit chat on a couple of specific topics. We got
Mm-hmm.
the riff around, the Friday riff around, bump 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 bump. Travis, play the theme song
Oh, um,
while I chew on this chip. Nope,
uh, oh, yeah, we didn't get that cleared. I couldn't
still
get
no
the
theme song.
sample. Yeah, I
Great,
couldn't get the sample cleared. Sorry, but good. Yeah, we got the
gotcha.
Chiron.
All right. Beautiful Chiron, beautiful
Thank you.
Chiron. Thank you for your always your on point Chiron work. So Travis, big news in Hal Rudnick world of COVID. I got boosted.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yes, yes,
Oh, good. I thought
got
that was
boosted
going somewhere
yesterday.
unfortunate. Hooray!
Oh
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
you managed to make it in for your it was a walk-in appointment at that Rite Aid.
Walk-in appointment at Rite Aid. So here's how I did it. I got the old. By the way, Davey is hanging out with us. Martina, welcome to the party. Hope y'all are doing well. Don't forget, folks, you can talk to us by talking to your smart device. Use the magic word "say" and then put anything in there. Say, I haven't gotten boosted. Or smart device, say, I'll never get boosted. You do you. Talk to us. Let us know what's going on. I hope you're staying safe out there. And if you want to go and type your thoughts to us, visit us at backchannel.tv. That's how that works. So, yeah, I went there, got there about an hour early, and there were already two people waiting there that had been there for like an hour and a half at that point. So I got in line. It was like the first 10 people, got the shot, and now my shoulder feels like I got just punched by Canelo Alvarez,
Oof.
or Jake Paul. Who's the best boxer in the world? Jake Paul, right?
Oh, that's I can't. I don't know anything about boxing, and I know that's you're joking. You're being a joker
Yeah.
guy.
Unfortunately, though, he has he is on a bit of a run right now,
Yeah.
and but I think everybody that's why you watch that stuff, because you want to see this guy get his clock cleaned. But then it seems like he's got like deals within the contracts where allegedly you're not allowed to knock him out or something. Like
Hmm.
the Logan Paul fight with Floyd Mayweather. I know too much about this crap.
Right.
Uh, he apparently it was an exhibition, not an actual fight. So being
Right.
an exhibition, it there were different stipulations. So yeah.
I did see
Anyway,
that one.
oh, you did? You
Yeah,
watched
and
it?
yeah, and that was the sense I got of it. I have a roommate here who was an amateur boxer for a while, and
Okay.
she was saying that yeah, Floyd was not in this. Floyd was essentially doing it was like picking up gig work for him. Just like yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'll mess around for a little bit, collect a couple $1 million.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
So, anyway, it feels like like my shoulder is sore, and hopefully, knock on wood, I can get out of here uh, more or less unscathed. Besides that, as far as side effects go,
Mm.
how are your side effects with your first vaccine, if you don't mind my asking?
Oh no, no problem. I got the J&J, got the double dose, and I remember.
Oh, you got the double dose of J&J?
Oh no, I got the single one, I
Yeah.
should say. I just keep
Mm-hmm.
calling it the double J, and I think it's over
The
time
double
it's just
J.
evolved into
Gotcha.
other
I got
things.
the J&J as well. And then
Oh, is your booster J&J or is
no, I switched it up and got the Fies.
recognizing now probably a good move?
I mean, I I felt like I had a couple of issues with my J&J, like
Yeah.
afterwards, like a lot of residual like soreness and uh like some nerve issues,
Ooh.
but not bad enough to make me not want to get vaccinated. I think the trade-off is important. I want to just get back to normal life here
I can
and
imagine.
not be at risk.
I imagine
But yeah.
the person that decides not to after it's happened driving back to the community center going, "Take it out of me, it hurts."
Yeah, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. My mom is with us, Deborah Rudnick. What is up? D Ruds in the house. Debbie, hello. Your son loves you. My mom is asking, "Did you take Tylenol?" And I'm trying to be a hero. No, it wasn't. I feel okay, more or less, except for like a little soreness in the arm. So I did not take any Tylenol to mitigate the pain. Maybe if it's
Hmm.
too sore while I'm sleeping tonight, I might take it overnight. But mom, no, not yet. But I feel okay. Don't I look and sound okay? Hi. So there you go. So yeah, sorry. Before we spiraled off there, Travis, you were saying about your situation.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You got the
So
J. You got the
got
J
the
and J.
J, got the J and the J,
Yep, the
and
double J.
I remember hearing that there's about a 6 hour window. There's like a countdown
Mm-hmm.
clock, and sure enough, I kind of arranged my day to where after that point I wouldn't have to do anything. And I like went for a run and like was just doing basically like your last meal before
Yes.
knowing you're gonna feel like not great and being in the
Batten down the hatches.
batten
Ride
down the
out this
hatches.
storm.
And I remember I was in the shower, and then all of a sudden it's funny because usually when you feel unwell, you can kind of trace back the bad decisions you made that led to this point. And it was just something
Mm-hmm.
that felt almost like out of body, like a heavenly presence going like, no, 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 you're going to feel bad for a little bit. And it was about 18 hours, I'd
Yeah.
say, of feeling not great.
Mm-hmm.
But I was ready for it. It's what I expected.
Yeah.
Rode through and
You knew where it was coming from. I felt similarly. I felt like I was hungover for a couple of days. I was like, "Ooh, boy, that was some Johnson and Johnson party I attended."
yeah.
Uh, Threw back a few too many of those viral cocktails. But yeah, I,
Yeah.
I, I was I was feeling it. And then like a few days later, yeah, I felt like I had some nerve issues. So
Mm,
hopefully, who knows?
who knows?
We'll see. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm a willing guinea pig.
Absolutely.
Science, I donate my body to you. God forbid.
Gonna get Hal signed up for this
That is
banana
wrong.
surgery.
Oh my goodness. Listen. I, there's something a little. There's something a little dirty about saying, "Hey, you want to operate on my banana?" Uh, so get your booster. Be safe out there. Let's get back into life, everybody. Bob, what is happening? Bob from California in the house. Great to have you here. So one other thing, I was. Let me ask you a question. I have a moral conundrum. I had a
Sure.
little back and forth with a neighbor recently of mine,
Ooh.
and I don't like that. That's the last thing I want. You know, I wanna I wanna get along with everybody. So here's what happened. I was walking our dogs, Lucci and Lil Wayne. For
Mm-hmm.
some reason, I usually call Lil Wayne Peter. That is how his name has evolved. And uh, so I was walking them, and Lil Wayne Peter starts peeing on the tire of a car.
Oh, okay.
Tires,
Okay.
yeah, a tire of someone's car. And then I hear behind me, like in a loud scream, bellowing voice, "Get that dog away from my car!" And I was like, wow, that was intense. And I turned around, and this woman was so upset that the dog was peeing on this is a tiny dog, by the way. This is a dog that it doesn't even come up to your knee. This is a 20-pound dog. And this woman screamed at me, "Get the dog away from your car, from my car." And I was just so shocked at the level of vitriol from this person.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, what? Like, I was trying to understand. I probably should have just pulled the dog away and then situation averted. But I
Right.
was trying to compute the level of anger and why it was, because here's where I'm coming from. Your tire, your tires on your car, you're going to drive through mud, dog poop, dead skunks. Like, your tires on your car, like, they get dirty. They're meant to get dirty, dusty, road schmutz
Yeah.
on them. So I didn't pull the dog away very quickly at all. And I asked the woman to please calm down. And that did not help the situation.
Yeah, that feels like the
What
reasonable response, but I don't know if you were dealing with a reasonable person in that moment.
I mean, the initial offering was not reasonable. If I saw a dog peeing on my car, I'm like, yeah, that's what dogs do. Like, the dog didn't like take a leak on the hood of my car.
Right.
They didn't key the car, like didn't key the uh where do you who's right, who's wrong here? This is a new segment we're calling Travis Court.
Do I have a
He
gavel?
dishes out justice. Where did you grow up again?
Concord, California.
Concord, California.
Yeah.
You're getting a little bit of Concord justice,
Oh no, nobody wants
Judge
that.
Judge
Trust me.
Travis.
Nobody wants Monument Boulevard justice. Shout out to anybody from the East Bay out there. Whoops.
Hell yeah, East Bay in the house.
So, in the grand scheme, I side with you. I mean, they make rubber bed sheets to protect from bedwetting for a reason, because rubber isn't a particularly absorbent material and cannot
Yes.
be ruined by urine.
Mm-hmm.
Also, your point's completely fair.
And you know that because you've ruined a lot of bed sheets.
Oh yeah, I've gone through. You won't even believe the bill I racked up at a Bed Bath and Beyond.
I'm so sorry, Travis.
That's
I
fine.
can't. If there's a sophomoric joke, if there's low hanging fruit, I will grab it.
We've learned two things so far. I'm from Concord, and I wet
Yes.
the bed.
Yeah. You were saying.
I was saying that in the context of events, I absolutely side with you. Your dog is not that big, probably can't hold that much pee, and most importantly, it's a tire. Like, calm down. Now, I can empathize with the idea of just someone who kind of just likes being mad about stuff.
Yes.
And they're just like, they see a dog urinating on their car, and that feels like a sign of disrespect or something to take offense to. And maybe that person, that's just the thing that they're going to jump on. And that's not to say that's correct. However, I do think saying, hey, calm down, it's just my dog peeing on your car. At that point,
We got a comment from someone who I absolutely agree with. Bob in California says, tires are any dog's dominion. Thank you, Bob.
Yeah.
That's a smart man. And Travis, you're level-headed. I appreciate that. So besides the fact that we're pals and we work together, we're all pals here. It's your pal Hal, but you're my pal Travis, and we work together. But so that put that out the window.
sure.
In the series of events, you have to rule in favor of one person.
Ooh, this is tough.
And don't feel I'm not going to be offended because I know in the scheme of things, but like should I have listened and just pulled the car away, pulled the dog away?
In this case,
Yes.
both as an example and in the court of law, when someone asks you to stop doing something to something that is theirs,
Yes.
I believe, even if that means busting up the stream, kind of messing with the dog's rhythm, unless it's like unless it's like a medical thing, like I really can't, like it's not good. I think you are then on the hook to do that.
You screwed me over, Travis. You are giving me the hard one on this one, Travis.
Okay, I can explain.
Damn it.
The reason this is something, the reason for this is one time when I was like 5 or 7,
Right.
I was in a 7-Eleven with my mom, and the cashier was convinced that I had shoplifted something. I had not. I had not.
Yeah.
That was a time in my life where I didn't even know what that was. And then also they wouldn't let me use the bathroom, and I had to pee. So when we left, my mom, also Deborah, being a bit of a prankster, was like, just pee on the 7-Eleven.
Oh.
So I have this sense of
Your mom's a rebel, huh?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Very nice.
So that
I like her spirit.
It's my favorite thing about her. So that I have an association when you pee on something, it's easy to perceive that as disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
It's disrespect.
Gotcha. Yes. Oh, hence Calvin and Hobbes. Calvin has had a second life since we fell in love with the kid and his stuffed animal in his newspaper comic strip.
Absolutely.
Calvin is Calvin stickers. That was more of like an early 2000s thing, but Calvin peeing to disrespect other car brands or just other companies, uh, other religions. I don't know. No, you did have no. Calvin is a very pious. Have you noticed Calvin is? I think we've talked about this before. Probably it's one of my favorite subjects. Calvin will disrespect. Calvin will have blatant disrespect and urinate on Toyota, Honda, etc. But also Calvin is pious. He
Oh
will
yeah.
genuflect. He will genuflect. He will kneel and bow his head in the shadow of. Shout out to Calvin. Let me ask you this. Moving
Sure.
on. Speaking of my dog, Lil Wayne, we dressed him up. I bought him when I was at Rite Aid getting the booster shot yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We got Lil Wayne a little Santa outfit,
Oh.
and I'm I don't know if people will be able to see this or it's too bright. Let me show you a picture of me sitting on the kitchen floor holding yeah, there you go. If you have the visual component, there is me and Lil Wayne in his Santa outfit.
Oh my goodness.
Just what a grumpy little cutie, huh?
Oh, he
And
looks.
the dog's not bad either.
Ah.
But yeah, that was Lil Wayne. He's just cute as a button there, huh?
Absolutely.
Good looking kid.
Also upset as a
and
button.
what's that?
Also
Upset
looks
as a button?
upset as a button.
He's got a resting grumpy face
Oh.
because he's got like he's got the underbite. He's got the serious underbite.
Right.
And again, it is the sixth day of Hanukkah, sixth night of Hanukkah tonight. So happy Hanukkah to all those who are celebrating. And let's see, I had one more thing I want to run by you. Travis and everybody. We talked about this the other day, but like now we just got it as a public service announcement. Throw away your leftovers, your Thanksgiving leftovers.
Oh, yeah.
If you have any leftovers currently in your fridge, stuffing, mashed potato, sweet potato, jettison that crap right to the garbage now. You will get sick. It is past its prime. It can't taste good. You should have thrown it away a couple of days ago. Okay? I'm just saying that. Travis, what is the leftover situation in your fridge as we speak?
We've moved on.
Good.
We moved on. I think there's some turkey left.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
No.
I look. That is between my roommates and God. Whatever they want to do with that.
What that can't be. We're too far gone. It's time. I am beside myself. I'm alarmed. Travis, do you want to pause the show right now and go throw that in the trash?
Now I'll jump on my phone and make it a segment.
Oh boy, Travis. I am really.
It's insane because the Christmas tree is up, and I feel like as soon as you put the Christmas tree up, you throw out the Thanksgiving leftovers. That's got to be one.
Because some people like Thanksgiving weekend they set up the tree.
Oh, true. Okay, we're a December 1st family. We wait until that month turns over.
Gotcha. And let me ask you, it's 11:31, by the way, on the West Coast, 2:31 on the East Coast. You're kicking it with your pal Hal. Thanks for hanging out with us, folks. And if you want to be a part of the show, you can get your smart device's attention, use the word say, and drop in anything after that. So smart device, say, I'm still eating leftovers. Go to Hades, Hal. Or I threw away my leftovers the day of Thanksgiving, and I wish I kept them. Let us know what's happening. Also, go to backchannel.tv and you can chat with us there. That's how that works. So, Travis, what were you saying? I cut you off.
No, that was it. I was saying we're
Okay.
a December 1st family. I'd love to hear if anybody else has any hard and fast rules about when things go up and when things don't.
Yes, let me ask you another question. And absolutely, some great info to get from folks. How long do you keep the leftovers? And how long after Christmas should you keep the decorations in the tree up? Do you have any thoughts on that, Travis?
I think it depends on how much you put in. We have just today, I was taking my
Mm.
my morning constitution. I was walking around the neighborhood, and there is a house that has sort of this holiday infrastructure. They have what looks like a small roller coaster. They have what looks like a small Ferris
Whoa.
wheel and a few fixtures that they have been swapping out, starting with Halloween. They did Halloween,
Mm-hmm.
and then for Thanksgiving they just kind of put some fall stuff up, and then
Yeah.
now it's decked out for Christmas. And I feel like if you're going to put up infrastructure, you're clear in my mind through maybe January, like I don't know, 8th. Like after that, we're like, okay, you're hanging on. You're the high school quarterback in his 40s. Like take him down, take him down.
Yeah. It's time to move on, Matthew McConaughey. The I agree with you. I think first week of January. Oh, a lovely comment from my mom. You look a little pale. I know. I have a ghostly pallor right now. I need to. I think I need to adjust my coloring here, Travis. I look a little like the undead.
Is there
Right?
a ring light I had once, and if for anyone who doesn't the visual
Yes.
component, this is useless information for you. But a ring light I had
Mm-hmm.
once had a button where it would circle through different color temperatures. I'm not sure
Mm-hmm.
if that one
Mm-hmm.
has got something similar on there.
It does. It does. I'm just making a couple of adjustments, and then we will jump right. We're going to jump into the Twitterverse.
Oh yeah.
I love venturing into the Twitter sphere to see what the hell is going on, what's trending, and let's see. Did that make any adjustment there, Travis, or is it the same?
I'm waiting to see. I've got your audio a little ahead of your video right
Okay.
now.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Well, this is real time. This is a peek behind the curtain
Oh yeah,
for all the
things
nice
got a little
folks.
more. Yeah, things got a little more. Everything looks a little more natural. This is.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh,
Hmm.
your sound kind of changed there slightly.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Uh, but I like it. It sounds clearer even.
I think it's just because I'm actually riding the mic. I have a bad habit of kind of bouncing around. For as much as I work in audio,
Mm-hmm.
I don't practice what I preach, and I tend to move around too
Gotcha.
much.
Hey mom, do I still look like death frozen over or what? I think I look slightly better. You know what? Let's jump into the Twitter sphere. These are trending topics, folks. We comb the annals of the Twitter website and see what is happening so you don't have to. Okay, so this was an interesting story. I don't know, you're on the younger side, obviously, but do you remember a football player who also played professional baseball named Deion Sanders?
Yes, I
Neon
do.
Dion?
Prime
Yeah.
time.
Yes, there you go. Primetime Deion Sanders. So he is currently a college football coach, and he's coaching, I think, on at a Jackson State. I might be in Mississippi, and he, as a service to the players, brought in a very popular Instagram model who has. Oh, my mom says I look slightly better. Thank you, mother. He brought in a very popular Instagram model named Brittany Renner. There's a picture of it. Yep, to give a speech to his players about what it's like out in those streets. And by those streets, I mean those DMs. And by those DMs, I mean those hookups. And by those hookups, I mean relationships between Instagram models and guys who have come into money,
Oh.
athletes, rappers, rock stars. So Brittany Renner came in to school these kids. And it's kind of ironic because Brittany Renner has gotten a lot of flack. And it's like, some people, it's like, listen, I'm not here to take a side. I'm just telling you what's out there because, the thoughts be thoughten. Can I say that? Does that sound too, is that a problematic phrase for me to say? Thoughts gonna thought. Thoughts gonna thought.
Yeah, yeah. If it's true, then it's true. That's
It's true. If it's true, it's true. But apparently, she had a baby with NBA player PJ Washington of the Charlotte Hornets and then broke up with him. And now she's getting that child support for the next 18 years, as Kanye West so eloquently mentioned in the Gold Digger song. 18 years, 18 years. Uh, she's got him for 18 years now. So it's just kind of funny that she's going to come in and be like, fellas, uh, when what you think, basically, what you think
Wow.
might be true love might be someone trying to secure that bag. You know what I mean, Travis?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And listen, she was saying that it's like like I watched a snippet of her speech, and she said it was like it's kind of like a kid in a candy store kind of vibe. She had a good line that her DMs have more blue check marks than the Nike store.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, like, high profile individuals are sliding into those DMs. So, that is the life of, listen, maybe, you know what I hope one day, Travis? I'm very
Yeah.
happy. I'm very happy in this body, in this life. I feel very fortunate. But
Hmm.
maybe if reincarnation is a thing, I can come back as an Instagram model,
And play
you
the
know?
hustle. Yes.
Yeah, play the hustle. See what that game's all about. But yeah, she. But Deion Sanders, as a public service to these young men, brought her in there. And what do we think? Is this should these college athletes be? Because like, here's the thing, Travis.
Yeah.
I think like going to high school,
Hmm.
even maybe even college. College is a little too late, but in elementary school or high school, you're taught a lot of facts, a lot of figures. You're taught some problem solving with mathematics. You're
Hmm.
taught world history and English, and you're taught the classics. But they don't give you classes on like basic life skills like balancing a checkbook,
Hmm.
about what like realistic money management. You know what I mean?
Right.
So is this along those lines? Is he doing the future these players a service? And here's the thing, but also they're not going to need this advice unless they kind of blow up, right?
Right. And there's a quote that Sanders had here.
Yeah.
It says, I brought in Brittany Renner to educate them. First off, I saw Brittany Renner. I thought immediately this was like Jeremy Renner's sister or something. But
Ha.
I brought in Brittany Renner to educate them on how the game is played between man and woman at their age and stage. The message may not be for everybody, but trust me, it's for somebody. And that's,
There you go.
you know, yeah. And
It
the way she framed it too, she was saying, when you reach a certain status, you can have pick of the litter. The world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want. You get to skip the
mm-hmm.
line. You get privilege. People want to be next to you. They don't even see you as human anymore. Talk about scared
Right.
straight.
Yeah. So Deion Sanders trying to help out these young men by bringing in some thirst trapping Instagram models to let them know what it's like out there for real. So you know what? Not the worst thing in the world, because I think you know I've heard that when people get to professional sports leagues, sometimes they're overwhelmed because they have so much money, and like, oh, I just signed a giant contract and I have more money than I ever imagined in my whole life. So, uh, I think Dion's the methods are unusual. I think Dion's is in the right place.
Yeah. Also happy he's made a recovery. I think he suffered some complications from a foot surgery that had him in a wheelchair for a while.
Oh yeah, so we're glad to see Dion. Yeah, I know he was on the sidelines on like a stretcher
Yeah.
for one game. So good on love Dion Sanders. And if you were alive, like or watched him, he was just like lightning. He was just out of control good
Ooh.
as football Hall of Famer and just an amazing athlete. Like just shy of Bo Jackson.
Right.
As far as that two sport athlete thing, also trending mega church pastor Joel Osteen. This was interesting. So listen, God bless you, everybody. Whatever gets you through the dark and lonely night. But this guy, it's kind of the classic thing when you preach sacrifice, when you preach the word in the Bible. Then do you forget about like one passage there. I think this is it from the Bible or is it from Shakespeare, that it's harder for a rich man to get into heaven than for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle. And Joel Osteen, filthy rich. And I don't know if you remember, he's made some questionable calls in the past. When when Texas was going through horrific floods, I don't know if it was that terrible winter storm from last year or what, but he locked the doors of the church and would not let anyone in to take refuge in the church. Oh, yeah, no refuge in a church. That is counter to what I was taught, what I know of a church is supposed to be. Anyway, what happened? My mom says that my Aunt Selma loves Joel Osteen. Well, that's fine and dandy, but I feel like the guy is an empty suit, and he does his moral compass is not quite what he preaches. And in this story, Joel Osteen, there was like a giant bag of money found behind a toilet at his church.
Bags and bags of money.
Bags and bags of money. So Joel Osteen's church reported a burglary of $600,000 a few years ago. Yesterday, a plumber reported the walls literally stuffed with cash. A Festivus miracle. Here's the article. Joel Osteen. And if you haven't seen on HBO the show The Righteous Gemstones, first off, Danny McBride, aka Kenny Powers. It's his new show and very funny, great cast, and this kind of handles this world, the world of the mega church and the priest or pastor that is feathering their nest. So, plumber discovers money checks in wall of Joel Osteen's Lakewood church years after $600K burglary. The 500 envelopes of cash and checks were found behind a loose toilet as workers moved insulation out of the wall. You may remember hundreds of thousands of dollars that were stolen from a safe at Lakewood church. It was a big headline back in 2014. Don't remember that, but I'll take their word for it. Now, all these years later, another bombshell has dropped. Oh, that's not the only bombshells dropping near that toilet. I'm talking about doo-doo. Okay, anyway. A plumber says he found money in a wall while he was doing work at that church November 10th, 2021. The news came to light during the radio morning show at 100.3 The Bull. You're tuned in to 100.3 The Bull. Welcome to The Bull. Grab the bull by the horns. That's my imitation of one of the DJs of 100.3 The Bull. It was just unbelievable, the morning show host for the Morning Bullpen, George Lindsay, said. The things he was telling us that they found in the walls. Lindsay was shocked when he listened to viewers Thursday morning, but says that this one caller really took the segment over the edge. There was a loose toilet in the wall, and we removed the tile, the caller said. We went to go remove the toilet, and I moved some insulation away, and about 500 envelopes fell out of the wall. And I was like, oh, wow. The caller said the envelopes were full of cash and checks. So are these envelopes that people give their tithings? Good tidings to you, the collection basket. I went ahead and contacted the maintenance supervisor that was there and turned it all in, he added. Lindsay couldn't believe what he had just heard. We were like, what are you talking about? Lindsay said. So then he relayed to us that in 2014, there was a big story about the money stolen from the Lakewood church and never recovered. In fact, Houston Police Department is still investigating the 7-year-old case involving the disappearance of $600K. It's unclear how much money the plumber discovered, but the case raises a lot of questions. Don't you want to know what happened? I mean, they stole the money, but they didn't get it out of the wall. Did they have an accident? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, why did they never go back? If it's that money, why did they never go back? Lindsay said. Representative from Lakewood Church acknowledges cash and checks were found at the facility during the repairs years after the burglary. At the time of the theft, Crime Stoppers of Houston offered a $25,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of the suspect. Now we're wondering if the plumber who discovered the money in the walls may have found the biggest clue. He's the one who found it, Lindsay said. If he never had been doing that work behind the toilet, they would have never known the money was there. KPRC2 spoke to Crime Stoppers of Houston, who said in this case, they offered the reward only for information leading to the suspect's arrest. In order to receive the reward, the tipster would have to contact Crime Stoppers to provide identifying info on the suspected thief. Given the time of the case, Crime Stoppers Houston said the statute of limitations has expired and the plumber who made the discovery will not receive any reward money. Oh, well, that's a bummer. I'm a finders keepers guy. You know what I mean? Like that. There's Joel Osteen. Eyes, beady eyes, a little too close together. Good head of hair. You listen. Just like many. You got to be well coiffed. You got to be suited and booted if you want to be one of these mega pastors. That's for sure. So Joel Osteen is I wonder if this was staged. I wonder if he was just stashing money and he's just hiding something. And also, I think this would probably be a good storyline for them to work into the Righteous Gemstones TV show, the stashing of money in the mega church, and like a money laundering scheme. Some people will launder their money, will hide their money in an offshore account. Oh, there's Joel Osteen, aka Tim the Toolman Taylor, holding a hammer there. So, yeah, what do you think, Travis? Do you think this is an inside job? Do you think this is like Joel Osteen stashing some liquid money? He's probably got multi-millions though, because he has a whole like TV network and everything, and like I'm sure he has more money. Doesn't he have like private planes and stuff like that?
Oh
This
yeah,
guy?
yeah. I'm sure
Yeah.
he probably got an island for all I in the shape of a cross for all I know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like to
What I'm
think
really appreciating about
it's an
this,
inside job. Oh
I'm
my
really
goodness.
appreciating the memes.
Oh yeah, from Wolf of Wall Street right there. You got
Is
John
that
Bernthal taping a bunch of money to Margot Robbie.
Bernthal's all
Very
over the
nice.
place?
Oh,
Um,
Bernthal's got a pretty solid IMDb. John Bernthal, don't sleep on John Bernthal. Most
word
recently
there.
saw him, very good performance in King Richard,
Hmm.
the Richard Williams story, the father of Venus and Serena. Richard Williams played by Will Smith. That movie's on HBO Max if you want to check it out. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. Very well done. Shout out to Riyadh joining the stream. Riyadh, good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. And it is 11:50. If you're hanging out with us, I appreciate it. Thank you for kicking it with your pal Hal. We're going through some Twitter trending topics right now. It is 11:50 on the West Coast. It is 2:50 on the East Coast. Going to be with you on the East Coast until 4 p.m. and that correlates to 1 p.m. on the West Coast. I've learned time zones. That's how that works. So please join us, chit chat with us. Would love to have your input. You can either get your smart device's attention, use the magic word say, and then tell us anything. So, smart device, say, Hal, Joel Osteen is my favorite pastor. I go to his church. Or say, Hal, I wouldn't trust that guy as far as I could throw him. And you could also chit chat with us by going to backchannel.tv, where we can have all the fun. And let us know if you got any big holiday plans coming up this weekend. You're going to decorate your tree. Are you eating any snacks right now? Anything that we've talked about that you want to comment on, feel free. What is up, pal? Good to see you, Riyadh. Appreciate you chilling with us right here. So let's take a look at another trending topic here on Twitter. Okay, this was interesting. I saw this trending, and listen, uh, I'm always willing to admit when I'm a dope or I don't get something. Okay, uh, but Seoul, Korea, they're saying Seoul, Korea is going to be the first major city to join the metaverse. And I'm like, okay, uh, What does that mean? That sounds super futuristic. I don't want to be left behind. Yes, there it is. Seoul to join the metaverse. So Seoul is the first major city to join the metaverse. Let's see what it says about that, because that sounds super cool, but also maybe it's not cool. I don't quite know what it means. Oh, scroll back to the little blurb underneath the picture up there. I was just about to read that. Great, thank you. Seoul is joining the metaverse, and they aim to do it by 2023. The plans provide a glimpse of how this new virtual universe could change the future of cities in South Korea and beyond. Okay, yeah, I want to dive into that just a little bit more. Let's see what exactly the metaverse is. Like, am I going to be? Are we talking just like everyone's going to be wearing virtual reality, like headsets? Are we going to be like? Are we going full on Oculus? What is happening with the metaverse? Okay, interesting. Yeah, Travis, a virtual city will allow you to do everything from touring a historic site to filing a civil complaint. Wow. So is this just like wearing an Oculus and having a virtual tour, or how much will you do? How much will you be able to operate? Like, will I just be like spending my day like that? Will I be ordering my food? Will I be ordering my Postmates? Will I be buying movie tickets? Will I be downloading movies? Everything movie related? Travis, can you enlighten us at all about the metaverse here? Oh, Travis, I can't hear you. I don't know if
Whoops.
there
It
you
says
go.
here in some of the headlines and a couple articles I've been grabbing that, like you said, there's going to be a virtual city hall where you can do everything from touring a historic site and filing civil complaints, like you said, which is wild. And it seems to be, as it says here, it's going to be a platform for, quote, contactless communication by the end of 2022. So everything you were saying, from ordering food to movie tickets, which we can already do basically over the phone, but they want to make
Mhm.
a version of the city that's fully accessible online through VR.
Wow. Yeah, there we go. After the pandemic comes the metaverse. I mean, listen, I don't leave my house very often as it is right now. Uh, like during the pandemic, it's like, or during quarantine, especially like the very first year from March 2020 to like March uh, 2021, give or take. I was, yeah. When did I leave the house? Like to walk the dogs and to go to the liquor store. That was it. Especially that first few months. The first
Mm-hmm.
few months, we've talked about this, but it was like a little bit too much of a slumber party. It's like, oh, I guess we're inside.
I remember those days fondly.
Drink to it. Yeah,
I got
let's
to know my
drink to it.
roommates so much more, and we did
Oh
drink to it.
yes. So Soul is joining the metaverse. Interesting. I feel like I need to. I've wanted to get more involved with Oculus and and some of the things that are offered by virtual reality components. Like I thought it's really cool when you can sit in the front row of an NBA game with the Oculus thing. Have you seen that?
Right. I have not done that, but I remember during the bubble year of the NBA,
Yes.
that was something they were pushing pretty hard.
Hmm. So that's interesting. But Seoul, Korea, it is they are in the future, and they will be the first meta city, the first metaverse. Maybe they can connect with Facebook and Instagram and have like a tie-in. Meta, the new company that they announced. Who knows there? Also trending. Okay, this just caught my eye. Are you familiar with the Salt Bay?
I
Travis.
remember.
Yeah.
Speaking of the internet.
Boom. Yes. So there's a restaurant called Nusser Nusret Restaurant. I think it's in London, and the prices are insane. So it's like $50 or £50 for a cappuccino.
Mm-hmm.
And here I'm going to bring up this.
How do you spell that, by the way?
NUSR,
Oh.
uh, and then Nusret. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Salt Bay, whose real name is Nusret Goche, is a Turkish chef and social media star who went viral for his seductive meat seasoning in 2017. So we're talking about the prices of at this restaurant, uh, Nusret prices, and apparently, like he's had to defend how much. Okay, so a tomahawk steak at Nusret across different locations, 630 pounds in London. 260 euros in Mykonos. In Miami, 275 US dollars. In Dubai, 675 dollars. That equates to 135 British pounds. Reasonable compared to everything else. And then in Istanbul, oh, translates to 32 pounds. So Istanbul, apparently, the US dollar goes a long way. Or the pound, the British pound. Okay, so New Yorkers have bill shock after Nusret prices and call it a scam. Yeah, so I saw that was trending. The London Nusret prices. Travis,
Yes.
I mean, could you imagine spending $600 for a steak?
No. No, I absolutely could not. That's a point in my life that I don't know that I'll ever get to.
Gotcha. Yeah. I've
Have
I've
you? What's
I've
the most you've ever spent on a meal, if you don't mind me asking? What is the absolute most you've ever spent on a meal, and did you know it was going to be that much going into it?
Gotcha. So I went to a restaurant in Los Angeles that was like I enjoy fine dining
Hmm.
here and there, uh, uh, you know, every once in a while. But I realize it's pricey, and I remember this is like, and I did not have necessarily the money for this, but I saved up because I wanted to go here. But like, I was not balling out at this level when I went to this restaurant. I took my ex girlfriend.
Hmm.
Don't tell my wife. This was years ago before I met my lovely wife. Uh, I took my girlfriend at the time to a restaurant in Los Angeles, which has tasting menus, and you pair a different wine course or a different drink with
Mm.
each course of this. Like it could be anywhere from like 4 to 10 courses in these tasting menus, and they're just smaller bites. It's a restaurant called Providence
Providence.
in
Ooh.
Los Angeles, and it's like a 2 Michelin star restaurant. And that meal set me back over $700 for the two of us. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Was it worth it?
Yes,
Wow.
because I will tell you why it's worth it. And I saved that receipt. I was like, "Oh, I can't." Like I went in thinking it was going to be about 4, maybe 5, because it's literally one of the finest restaurants in the city or the country.
Right.
And what made it so cool is that as they brought each course, I think it was 7 courses and
Mhm.
7 corresponding wine
Mm.
courses with
Mhm.
it. So yeah, I got a little tipsy. Definitely Ubered that night. But the each it was like a ballet. I remember it. The image. It's just like it's seared into my mind that there was a giant prawn, like the biggest prawn or shrimp that you had ever seen. First, is there a difference between a shrimp and a prawn?
I believe so. I forget what that is because I don't like seafood. I can look it up.
Stacy is with us. Stacy, what is up? Always great to see you hanging with us. Stacy says you can get food at Panda Express for less than $100. Yes, Panda is it's consistent, and don't get me wrong. I mess with that orange chicken for sure. Okay, I'm not a total food snob, but I remember the server was cutting and putting lemon and salting this beautiful jumbo prawn that was like, as big as a turkey leg, that prawn. Okay? Like that was a massive prawn. And then I'm watching this, he's like putting on a show, very demonstrative with it. And then from over my shoulder, the guy comes with the next bottle of wine and he's explaining the wine. And I'm already a little bit tipsy at this point. So I'm like enjoying the heck out of this. And then I look over and the wine is pouring and it's like a culinary carnival. It was filled with delights and everything just delicious and weird looking. Like the food, you have a little bit of gastro, what is the term?
Gastronomy.
Gastronomy, yes,
Yeah.
with the food, like very cool and like nouveau and weird looking. So it was an experience. It was delicious, and I'm like, because I had driven by this place many times, and I'm like, you know what? Screw it, go in there, and it was great. But yeah, $700 later.
Whew. My goodness.
Yep. Nathan, thank you for joining the stream. Great to see you. Oh, hell yeah. Stacy is all about that orange chicken.
It's so good. So
Oh
good.
yeah. Listen, I ain't mad at Panda Express. That is for sure. So those are some trending topics from the Twitterverse. It is 12:04. Thank you for hanging out with us. And we would love for you to participate in the show. Talk to your device, get your device's attention, use the magic word say, and then put anything after that. Device, say, Hal, you're a maniac. How could anyone ever spend that much on food? I know. I know. And listen, I am that was a one-time thing years ago. That is yeah, that was the craziest food purchase, one single sitting at a restaurant. Or you can say, Hal, that's nothing. I went to Salt Bay's restaurant and spent twice that. Okay, listen, if you want to ball out, if you want to flex your meal spending habits, do it. You are encouraged. Or you can also go to backchannel.tv and chit chat with us. Now we like to do a little bit of a deep dive into a single Twitter account every day or so. It's a regular thing we do. And today we are doing a Twitter deep dive into the man, the myth, the legend. He goes by many names. Currently, I believe he goes by Ye, Y-E. I am talking about none other than Kanye West. We are going to Kanye's Twitter account. We're going to see what is happening in Kanye's world. So here's the thing. It looks like Kanye has not tweeted since the election. But let's make this bigger, and I will walk you through what Ye has been up to. Kanye, it's at Kanye West. He goes by Ye now, and here's the thing. He's a polarizing figure. But I will say this: Kanye West, a genius musically, does the damn thing. Just consistent bangers throughout a long discography. And then, secondly, the guy has influenced fashion, streetwear, sneaker culture to a huge degree. So I have a lot of respect for Kanye as a creative person and as a creator. But he also does some crazy wackadoodle stuff. Also, yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of him going around wearing his MAGA hat and everything. So Kanye, and he said some goofy stuff, but also creative genius. I feel like that's like an like non-debatable point here. So let's take a look at Kanye's Twitter. No bio, just Kanye West, 30.6 million followers. By the way, do me one favor, Travis. Can you click on tweets and replies? See if he's done any Twitter communication, because the last one is from the election in 2020. Nope. Scroll down just a little. Let's just see, if you wouldn't mind. Yeah. Okay. So if you wouldn't mind going back to the regular feed, and let's read some of the words of wisdom some of the gems that can come from none other than Kanye West. There's the electoral map with Kanye in front of it. And let me define that electoral map that I'm looking at right now. It's got red states, it's got blue states. Obviously, Joe Biden won the election fair and square. But I'll tell you what I'm reading this map, you lose. And also, if you voted for Kanye West, time to do a little self-reflection and reevaluation. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going through Kanye West's Twitter. Kanye voted and I voted. That I can get behind. Like, I love that he voted. Unfortunately, he voted for himself. It's crazy. Like, he's and the thing that's kind of irresponsible, I think, is that dude has a huge pulpit. Like, dude has the ear of many people, so he can be so influential. He could do so much good. But then when he's like, "Oh yeah, vote for me," that's yeah, I don't know. I don't know what is happening there. Okay, it's more Kanye 2020. So we're kind of opening up a little time capsule to 2020, to the time where Kanye ran for president. Let's keep going. There he is in the voting booth. And then below it, I think we have an illegal picture. We can keep scrolling, please. An illegal picture. You're not supposed to take pictures of, and who's with him there while he's voting? So a picture of his ballot. Okay. Keeping it going. Oh, he's wearing his wedding ring there, still married, as we know. Listen, we love here on the Your Pal Hal show, and Kanye and Kim, no more. No more. Kim is with the Footloose and Fancy Free Pete Davidson as we speak. First time he voted in his life. First time he voted in his life. Like, congrats to finally cast a ballot in your 40s, but do better. Please do better. Next, let's keep scrolling. Let's keep scrolling. Keep believing. Kanye 2020. Thank you, Jesus Christ, he says. Okay. Boy, oh boy. Keeping it going, keeping it going. Fave. Okay, some fave books. Very cool. Some Leonardo da Vinci, some design books. Great. I love that. Keeping it going. We will heal. We will cure. Is he talking about COVID? Is he talking about the country, the election, the division? I don't know, but we will heal, we will cure. He's maybe he's talking about just the state of life. God is so good. Today, I'm voting for the first time in my life, President of the United States. He was really tweeting up a storm on Election Day 2020, and it's voting for the first time in my life for the president of the United States. Come on, do better, Kanye. You should have voted for Obama or somebody. Join in an election. I don't care if you vote for Obama or Bob Dole or Mitt Romney. Vote. Use your use your inalienable right to vote. I will chat. Okay, now it starts to get fun and interesting. I channel Will Ferrell when I'm at the daddy-daughter dances. I like that. I can get behind that. I love the idea of Kanye being a goofy dad. Very nice. Life is the ultimate gift. Nice. That's just a nice general tweet right there. So many of us need so much less than we have, especially when so many of us are in need. Okay. And this comes from someone who knows of excess. He rented out that arena in Atlanta for how long as he was recording his album? Millions and millions of dollars. I mean, you could have just done it in a studio. You could have, when you were recording Donda, Kanye West, speaking of excess, you didn't need to rent out an arena for a month. And one of my favorite stories about when Kanye rented out that arena, there was like either a college basketball game or a WNBA game going on, and Kanye was like living in this one room in the arena. So he would, like, when they still had a couple of events there, and he would get out and like wander the stands sometimes, and people would be like, "Oh snap, Kanye." That would be crazy. I did have a Kanye sighting here in Los Angeles, by the way. I saw him RIP at the ArcLight movie theater. RIP to one of my favorite places to go see a movie. of all time. Um, Very nice. Oh, Stacy's singing the praises of the noodles and the orange chicken here in the chat. If you want to give us any thoughts about the genius or the foolishness of Kanye West or somewhere in between, let us know. If you want to talk about Ye or chime in about anything else, do you have any holiday plans coming up? Do you have any holiday movie recommendations? I know Stacy loves that Grinch. Let us know. It is 12:12. So nice. I'll say it twice. It is 12:12 p.m. and you're hanging out with your pal Hal in Backchannel. Go ahead and talk to us by getting your device's attention. Use the magic word "say" and then drop in some info after that. Say, "I own every Yeezy that was ever created." That would be impressive. There's a lot of Yeezys now, a lot of different colorways. Or say, "I can't stand Kanye," or whatever. Also, you can go to backchannel.tv and chit chat with us there. Gotcha. Thank you, Stacy. Stacy's giving us some good recommendations for our holiday viewing pleasure. And okay, a couple more Kanye tweets before we move on, because he's cult of personality. He's fascinating. It's Kanye's world. We're all just living in it, so on and so forth. I hear people say this person is cool and this person is not cool. People are cool. Man has never invented anything as awesome as an actual person. But sometimes we value the objects we create over life itself. Okay, Kanye getting a little philosophical, talking about value systems, talking about people. Uh, cool, cool. Kanye. I mean, some people are not cool. Like Marilyn Manson, not cool. Yet Kanye has brought him back. Uh, Marilyn Manson, I think we can let that guy deal with his allegations and stuff. Kanye. So Kanye, here's if you're listening, Kanye, which I'm sure you are, if you're hanging out in the back channel. First off, congrats on an extraordinary life. Secondly, Marilyn Manson, not cool. Okay, just putting that out there. And we as a people will heal. More about that healing, the curing, the healing. There are people sleeping in parking lots. Yeah, sad but true, Kanye. Sad but true. I mean, if you're a billionaire, you could probably do a little something about that. We will cure hunger. Okay, is this like his presidential platform? By the way, there is a dope picture coming up in Kanye's feed. If this is true, the Weekend for Halloween, the rap and R&B artist, the Weekend for Halloween in 2020 dressed up as the Nutty Professor, and this picture is sick as hell. Like that is movie level prosthetics, and it is, and he's got like the cool, like the Nutty Professor drink that turns him into like a suave ladies man. Yeah, that is that is badass. Travis, you got any opinions on Kanye?
Nothing too far from where you're at. I think he's a guy
I
that
know you're a
likes to talk about thinking a lot. That's good for him. There's a lot that
yeah.
was coming out last year, ruminating on the state of Social Security, just more the everybody's right to food and shelter, and speaking about
Mm-hmm.
there are people sleeping in the streets. We can cure homelessness. We can cure hunger, and like that's cool. That's a great thought, but a man of words, not necessarily too much a man of action, as it seems to be, but writes bangers.
Yeah,
Writes
creative,
bangers.
creative genius, and has left his imprint on the world of fashion and pop culture for sure. So that was just a peek into the Twitter account of Kanye West. We might have to revisit because, like, I'm sure he's got like just archives of weird tweets and stuff. It is about 12:15 on the West Coast, and it is 3:15 on the East Coast. We're gonna be with you till the top of the hour. We're gonna be with you at 4 o'clock on the East Coast, and we will be here till 1 p.m. on the West Coast. We're here 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, whether you are working from home or whether you're just goofing around, dressing your dogs up in Santa costumes like I did last night. Feel free to have us kick it with you. Your pal Hal, glad to be hanging with you. Travis, can you come back in for a moment here? So we've got a very special guest in the house. Would you mind holding down the fort while I let our special guest into the Hal home office here?
Yeah, no problem.
Travis,
You
great.
got it.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. How we doing? Thank you for staying with us here in the Your Pal Hal show. As Hal said, it's about 12:15. Hal's going to let some stranger into the room again. Who could it be this time? We've had a doctor. We've had a wizard twice. We've begged for sponsors. Anytime he asks me to cover, it's a real, you never know what you're going to get. But in the meantime, while I have your attention, it is Friday, which means it's New Music Friday. So let's talk about some recs that we could give you to carry you through the weekend in terms of tunes. Last couple weeks, we went over all the Grammy noms that have been dropping, and some of the best albums of all time lists, best songs of the year lists, things like that. I finally got around to watching some of the Beatles documentary Get Back. It is extremely long, but if you like that band to any degree, I recommend at least giving it a cursory watch. It really opens the door behind what it was like to be in the most important band in the world at the most important time for them to be around. But best albums of 2020 is picked by Paulin. 2021. Sorry, I've got recommendations today for the following. Let's see here, I can actually share this and have it be a whole thing. Where did it go? Where did it go? Things I can recommend to you with full confidence are Absolutely by Dijon. This is a debut record that has ruined my life the past couple weeks. It's all I can listen to. It's absolutely incredible. It's some of the songs are things I've never quite heard like it before. If you like down-tempo, R&B, lo-fi stuff, can't recommend anything more than Dijon. I'll give you one more, then I'll pass back over to Hal. And that would be the band Elbow. Sounds weird. If you like early Coldplay, but you wish it was a little more experimental, Elbow's come out with Flying Dream 1, and that has also been carrying me through my week. So there are some off-the-beaten-path recommendations, and now let's pass it back over to... Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to introduce everyone's favorite, it's certainly my favorite at this point, but everyone's favorite wizard, Caramel.
Huzzah! It is I, Caramel, the wizard, here to give you some holiday spells, some holiday wishes. Travis, by the way, I am not very familiar with modern music. I haven't listened to much. Back in the day when I was in a king's court and I was a wizard to a far off land in a faraway kingdom, we would have a lute player, a mandolin, but none of the funky alternative vibes you were putting down there, my dude. Travis, a hip young man you are indeed. Huzzah and welcome. I am Caramel, the wizard, and I am here to give you a few wishes and a few spells. Ah, I see Stacy asked who's the special guest. It is I, Caramel the wizard. Stacy, if you would like a special wizard spell, let me know in the comment section below. All right. But I have had a few requests for spells. Let me jump into it. Aha. All right, I am summoning the forces of the universe, the powers of the galaxy. Now, I had a special request. Justine in Newark, New Jersey says, "Can I have a career spell? I work in an office and would like to get a promotion." Well, all right. By the way, I'm a bit of a discount wizard. My spell, I don't have the power to give you a promotion at work, but let's see if I can do something that will help you along your journey. Hmm. Spirits of the universe, come to me. You work in an office. You 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 work. Your work sometimes feels like doom. But in this office, you must have a break room. I summon the powers that be to give you better snacks at your office. May there be better snacks in the break room. And can you dig? Your office will buy a brand new Keurig. So saith the fates. Huzzah! There you go, Justine and Newark. There will be a handful of tastier snacks in the break room, and additionally, a nice Keurig. So you can put it in the K cup. Very convenient. Caramel likes a little bit of coffee now and again. And the Keurig and the K cup, I can't get enough. Very convenient. So sorry I couldn't hook you up with that promotion, Justine. I mean, that's a big ask. That's a big ask. I think you need to earn that promotion. All right. Let's see. Caramel had another request. Huzzah! Let us see what the people want from Caramel. Here we go. Stan in Nevada says, Caramel, I'm going through a divorce. Oh, yikes. Sorry about that. Can you help me get custody of my child? Oh, my goodness. The plot thickens. I'm a great dad, but also I have a couple of arrests on my record. Wow. Stan, you're hitting Caramel with some heavy stuff. This is dark territory. Caramel cannot promise you custody. But here, I'll conjure something. Spirit world and keeper of the orb, I call upon thee. Dogs with fleas, birds and bees, a runner with a busted knee, smile upon Stan for partial custody. There you go, a partial custody spell. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it, Stan? And one more spell for everybody out there watching. Oh, Deborah Rudnick says, looking good, Caramel. Why, thank you. It's a designer wizard's hat. I'm glad you like it. And I keep my beard very bushy for the cold winter months. May you venture outdoors safely on Saturday and Sunday. May it be very much a fun day. May the world and the weather and the wind blow your way. I command that you will not be attacked by a bird of prey. You're welcome, everyone. Huzzah! So, to translate, if you go out this weekend, out of your home, you will not be attacked by a giant falcon, a turkey vulture, or a bald eagle. There you go. So I've helped out in the break room with snacks and a Keurig. I've made it so Stan, even with multiple arrests on his record, might get partial custody. But Stan, clean up your act. And then finally, no one who is watching this will get attacked by a giant scary bird. You're welcome. I am Caramel the Wizard. By the way, here's a question. Do you think I could be a mall Santa? Caramel's trying to earn a few extra bucks. Do you think, could I? Travis, come in here for a moment. I summon thee! Huzzah! Oh, I summoned you and it worked. Travis, would you sit on my lap and tell me what you want for Christmas if I was at the mall?
I don't know. The last time I did that, anything for you.
All right. Sounds like you are going to get in some naughty territory, Travis. Huzzah! Travis, tell me.
Save
Let's
that.
practice. What would you like for Christmas?
What I would like for Christmas, Caramel the Wizard, is a couple sessions of therapy to process what happened the last time I sat on somebody's lap at a mall.
Oh, well, good luck with that. Goodbye, everyone.
Uh, uh,
Goodbye.
uh, this is why I don't trust wizards, as a rule. Anyways, so thank you to Caramel the Wizard for coming on to grant some wishes. And I was going to try to make a rhyme with fishes. It didn't work. In other news, while we wait for Pal Hal to get back, if anybody is a big music festival head, I really recommend checking out the lineup for both the Smoke and Grooves Festival and the This Ain't No Picnic Festival, both of which coming to Los Angeles, California over the next calendar year. The lineups are absolutely insane. The pandemic really putting the kibosh on outside music, concerts, anything has meant that there's all this pent up entertainment, and it's all coming out at once in huge, big batches. And I highly recommend people taking a look at what's coming to their city, whether it be tours or festivals, because the lineups are wild. Anyways, looks like your pal Hal is back in the building, and the wizard is gone. So let's get on with the show.
Thanks for bringing me back in, Travis. Yeah, it smells a little bit like myrrh. Like you
Is
know how
that?
like
I was wondering what he smelled like, or is there like sulfur? I know it's a big thing in.
maybe, yeah. I don't know. Those wizards get into some like funky like ingredients, like I don't know, like the bubble toil and trouble, like Eye
Right.
of Newt, and like yeah, it was a little sulfury. Also, I'll say it since he's gone. Caramel could use a bath.
He
Uh,
doesn't look. He doesn't
yeah,
look well bathed.
no, no. That beard. Let's just say, check that beard for cooties, and by cooties I mean bed bugs and lice. Caramel the wizard. Yeah, he could stand to use a maybe a pick up some roll on deodorant, something
Yeah.
while you're well, then it would just smell like bo and deodorant. Yeah, take a
Ugh.
bath, Caramel. All right. Caramel the wizard, good times. You are hanging out with your pal Hal. It's just before 12:30. It's 12:29 on the West Coast. We're going to be here till 1 o'clock, and it is 3:30 on the East Coast, going to be here till 4 o'clock. Now we're going to talk about some streaming recommendations and reviews. Right on. I'm going to give you a couple of things to watch this weekend. What is happening in on your streaming device this weekend? Okay, so there are a couple of movies that I'm going to talk to you about. One I watched, and one I am very pumped to watch. So first off, I finally got around to watching the Halle Berry directed and starring vehicle Bruised. And you know what? I I recommend it, but with a couple of caveats. So here it's currently 51% on the tomato meter. So that's not fresh. I guess you have to be 60% to be fresh, but this Halle Berry plays a down on her luck mixed martial arts fighter, MMA fighter, formerly UFC, and she has now a drinking problem. She's washed out of her fight league, and she is trying to pick up the pieces of her broken life. She is bruised literally from getting punched, and figuratively because life has kicked her around. And I watched this, and it's definitely okay. Here's what it's got going against it: formulaic, melodrama, like so like it's almost like melodrama porn, or it's like, wow, this is a little overwrought with just like one bad thing after another happening to her. But that being said, if you're a fan of stories like Rocky or The Karate Kid or Eight Mile, which I feel like has that same formula. Like I've been knocked down, now it's my time to prove myself. Bruised, it it does the formula okay, and there's a climactic fight, just like in so many Creed, Rocky, so many of these types of uh, combat sports movies. And I thought the final fight, it keeps you guessing, and it really well done. And I thought Halle Berry did a decent job. Then again, the emotional stuff, it knows that it's pushing your buttons and you can see it, and it feels a little bit like, all right, you're leaning into the like, oh, your life has kicked you around just a little too much. But overall, I would recommend it. It's streaming on Netflix, and it's worth checking out. Here's a couple of thoughts from critics. Berry's skills behind the camera are a work in progress. In front of the lens, she's a virtuoso. Yeah, I thought Halle Berry's performance was very good. A film that uses the predictable beats of a fighter's comeback to create a showcase for hard-hitting performances. There you go. Oh, and we've talked about it before. One of my favorite actors, Stephen Henderson, is in this. Can you scroll up and show us Stephen Henderson? This guy was great in Dune, and Stephen Henderson. You know what? I feel safe and comfortable yes, there he is. Let's get a big picture of him and blow it up there. Uh, I I feel safe and comfortable when this kindly older gentleman is on the screen. He speaks to my soul. Stephen McKinley Henderson, very nice. He's one of my favorite character actors working today. Very much like this guy. Also, a couple of other thoughts about this movie. It opens strong, but then it slips into the reflections of better movies about the same thing. Yeah, you could see it's very derivative. We're not breaking any new ground here, except for Halle Berry as a director. And one thing to note, this film has been widely viewed, and so much so on Netflix. Netflix has gone ahead and given Halle Berry a huge contract and made a deal to make more movies. So good for her. I really enjoyed this film. You know what? It I wasn't so offended by it, because it's like, yeah, I get this. I've watched good and bad boxing movies before. This is an MMA movie, not a boxing movie. Middle of the road, but with enough good performances, fun moments to salvage this as, I think, a very watchable movie. And it's right there on Netflix. If you could do worse than watching Bruised on Netflix this weekend. And one more film that literally just dropped on Netflix yesterday, and I will be watching this weekend. Power of the Dog, from director Jane Campion. So this movie, there's a lot of Oscar buzz around this film for Benedict Cumberbatch, and it's got a great cast. Kirsten Dunst, Jesse Plemons, as I said, Benedict Cumberbatch, directed by the high-profile award-winning director Jane Campion. I haven't seen a lot of Jane Campion films. She's kind of been a little bit of a uh, you know, she comes and goes. She will direct a movie and then go into hiding for a couple of years and then come back out and direct a movie. But this film, a lot of Oscar buzz, 95% on the tomato meter, 72% audience score. And here is the plot of this movie. Severe, pale-eyed, handsome Phil Burbank is brutally beguiling. All of Phil's romance, power, and fragility is trapped in the past and in the land. He can castrate a bull calf with 2 swift slashes of his knife. He swims naked in the river, smearing his body with mud. He's a cowboy as raw as his hides. The year is 1925. The Burbank brothers are wealthy ranchers in Montana. At the Red Mill restaurant, on their way to market, the brothers meet Rose, the widowed proprietress, and her impressionable son, Peter. Phil behaves so cruelly, he drives them both to tears, reveling in their hurt and rousing his fellow cowhands to laughter, all except his brother George, who comforts Rose and then returns to marry her. As Phil swings between fury and cunning, his taunting of Rose takes an eerie form. He hovers at the edges of her vision, whistling a tune she can no longer play. His mockery of her son is more overt, amplified by the cheering of Phil's cowhand disciples. Then Phil appears to take the boy under his wing. Is this latest gesture a softening that leaves Phil exposed, or a plot twisting further into menace? So, psychological thriller, supposed to be a real dark turn from Benedict Cumberbatch, who is, as Doctor Strange, and from many other films and performances, Sherlock from the BBC. And again, the actors in this film and the director Jane Campion and this film are all front runners for Oscars. It's supposed to be one of the best pictures of the year, and I'm really looking forward this weekend to checking out Power of the Dog. So those are a couple of movies you can watch right now on Netflix. And one more thing, sticking with the old Rotten Tomatoes website here. Yeah, my mom says it sounds good. Yeah, Mom, give it a watch. You and I can talk about it afterwards. By the way, it's 12:38. We are going to be here up until 1 o'clock. Shout out to Georgia, who joined the stream. So, sticking with Rotten Tomatoes and talking about the season, we took a look at some of the best Christmas movies according to Rotten Tomatoes. And now we're going to go back to the list, the 65 best Christmas movies according to Rotten Tomatoes. Let me find this list. All right. Merry New Year. I was very upset when we were going through this list that so far the so I was talking about a handful of the movies on this list, and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which I would contend is like one of the best Christmas movies and Christmas comedies, like up there. But it was all the way down at 59. Yeah, and that's where he stopped. So National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation should absolutely be higher. Here we go. Number 58 is Love Actually. Travis, could you come on in here for a second? What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think of the Love Actually?
It's the best version of that kind of movie.
Yeah, I hear you on that. It's the best version of that kind of movie that has like an all-star cast and the pairings. But
Yeah.
my feeling about that movie, like people hold it aloft sometime. There are people that love it. I don't like that movie. I feel like a sugary tale overstuffed with too many stories. Still, the cast charms, I guess. Yeah, but it is overstuffed, and I feel like you don't get a realistic picture of like it's all fake. It's all like
Yeah.
Love Actually. It's like no love. This movie is so superficial. It's so on the surface and silly and cheeky. Like I get what they're going. Maybe I sound like a Grinch here with a little lump of coal for a heart. What do you think about Love Actually out there? Let us know in the comments. Talk to your smart device. Use the word say, and then you drop anything in there. Smart device, say, Love Actually is my favorite movie of all time. Or say, Hal, you nailed it. Love Actually blows. Or say whatever you like. Also, you can join us in the chat by going to backchannel.tv. All right, so Love Actually. Krampus, that 2015 horror movie. It's a Christmas horror movie. I've watched some of Krampus. It's fun. If you want a different take on Christmas than Krampus, a dark horror movie. The great Toni Collette. Toni Collette, one of the best actors working today, and a fun cast: Adam Scott, David Koechner. Krampus at 67% there. A very Harold and Kumar Christmas. See, I've never seen this. I love Harold and Kumar, and I like those actors. I like Kal Penn and John Cho, Neil Patrick Harris, of course. But Not a fan of this being, even though I haven't seen it, so maybe I'm jumping to conclusion. But over Christmas Vacation, don't know. All right, so above all these, Stranger in the House at number 55, don't know it. Godmothered from 2020, no idea. I don't know. I feel like we're just playing fast and loose here. Godmothered, what is that? Travis, do you know from Godmothered?
No idea. At this point, it feels like we're just turning this into a list of Christmas movies.
Yeah, just a list. Okay, number 53, the best man. I mean, how does Godmothered, more bippity boppity boo, Godmothered tweaks a fairy tale conventions with just enough self-aware humor to overcome the deficit of a disappointing deficit of genuine magic. I Isla Fisher, Jillian Bell, good cast. I like both of them as comedic actors, but come on, ahead of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. You know
Yeah.
what? Tell it to the hand, Rotten Tomatoes. Best Man Holiday from 2013. So you got a great cast there. Morris Chestnut, Taye Diggs, Regina Hall, Terrence Howard. Best Man Holiday. So that coming in at number 53. Scrooge, great Bill Murray. Classic take on a classic tale. Home Alone is only 51. So I feel like we're playing fast and loose. Mickey's Christmas Carol above, and The Night Before. Okay, so going down, Frosty the Snowman, a classic, not a full-length movie though. Let me ask you this, Travis.
Hmm.
Should should these shorter should these shorter like TV specials like Frosty the Snowman, which is under an hour, I believe, be counted as a Christmas movie, or is that like a different category?
I think I would feel better about this if it was rounding out the bottom of the list. The like jewel classics of Christmas
Mm-hmm.
lore that were made back in these times of the late 60s, early 70s. Same with some of the claymation ones,
Yeah.
like those Frosties and Jack Frost and things like that, because they are their own little subgenre.
Yes, they are. We're going to keep going through this list as we get closer and closer to Christmas and work our way up to number one. It's a great listen. It's the list is a great catch-all, but there are like I don't know how they came to some of these conclusions. So it's also I'm enjoying it and it's giving me a couple of tips like, oh, I haven't seen this, like Mickey's Christmas Carol. Okay. Or The Night Before. I've never seen the Seth Rogen, uh, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Anthony Mackie starring in The Night Before. But also it's making me furious that some of these movies are higher than some of the classics. Again, I I am a I am a stan for National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Maybe I don't know. Is it just too old at this point?
That or whoever made this list is just somebody they said, "Hey, can you do this Christmas list project?" And they're like, "Oh, I've got opinions."
Are they going by? No, they're not going by just the tomato meter score
No, no, it's
because
all over the map.
otherwise, yeah, it's all over the map. Because Remember the Night, that one at the number 65 is 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. They're playing a little fast and loose here, but yeah. So we're getting close to we're right around 50, and we'll get down to number one before too long. So the Rotten Tomatoes best Christmas movies ever. There you go. So, folks, we've got about we're nearing. We're in the home stretch here. Thank you for kicking it with your pal Hal. Had a lot of fun chit chatting with everybody today. Now it's time for a segment we like to do on the show called This or That. This or That. Uh, hey, Travis, can I ask you a question? A live question in real time. What I was thinking of changing the name of This or That to the Sophie's Choice.
Uh, uh,
What do you think?
as your producer, I support you.
Mm-hmm.
As someone who knows what the movie Sophie's Choice is about,
Yes.
I think I don't know this or that is pretty. That's pretty. It's not bad. That's not bad. I might stick with this or that.
Folks, it is the Sophie's Choice.
All right.
Today's Sophie's Choice is no. I mean, Travis brings a good point. Very dark movie. Meryl Streep has to choose which of her kids she wants to save from the Nazis in World War II. But I am a Jew, so I'm allowed to talk about those things. Is that how that works? I don't know. I am. You know what? We'll keep this or that for now. We'll table. Oh, did you? Let me see that. Let me see that. Let's see just how it looks. Let's audition it. The Sophie's choice. That's not bad. I have a I have a dark sense of humor. A dark sense of humor. Yes. We got a comment. Hal from Screen Junkies returned to. That'd be nice. That'd be nice to return to Comic Con, and I could ask people what their opinion of Sophie's Choice is. Thank you for chiming in. Appreciate people hanging out with us. And if you have any thoughts, if you have any thoughts on this next question, let us know. Here is your this or that question. All right. Oh, Travis.
Mm-hmm.
I have a dark sense of humor, and I like the weird ones. Here you go. Would you rather? This is a would you rather. You have to pick one or the other. One or the other. Gun to your head from the alien invaders. Would you rather get covered with 1,000 fire ants or get covered with 20 scorpions? Let's say you're in a box. You're in like a glass enclosure that's like very narrow. Would you rather lay there, kind of like Fear Factor?
Yeah.
From back in the day. 1,000 fire ants, 20 scorpions. Which is it? Oh, good work.
Thank you. Not true to scale, but this sucks. I think I would. I don't know enough about them. I'm gonna go
neither. My mom says neither. Okay.
Oh goodness. I might do the 20 scorpions and just try to lay as still as I can.
Yeah, those 1,000 fire ants will be all up in your business, in your hair, maybe in your ear. But the scorpions, that venom, ooh, no bueno. You get stung by that scorpion tail.
Eesh, and it's so menacing. You just look at it. It's just that's only a weapon.
My wife got stung by a scorpion.
Really? Oh no.
Yes. Yeah. When she was her family had they had a vacation home in Arizona, and she was like, "Ooh," she got poked by something in the back, and then a short time later, it felt like the spot where she was poked felt like she got hit by Mike Tyson or Jake Paul.
Right.
So I'm gonna go with the fire ants. I'm gonna go with the fire ants. I mean, disgusting, like just like your skin is gonna be crawling, but less bodily harm. The possibility of less bodily harm, but it is more heebie-jeebie, creepy crawly. So that is. I'm gonna give you one more this or that, Travis. Here it is. Feel free to answer, anybody. Broccoli or corn on the cob? Broccoli or corn on the cob? Which is it? Pick one, this or that. It is a Sophie's Choice. Travis, where are you at? Deborah Rudnick? Who chimed in with the Screen Junkie shout out. Thoughts?
It's got to be broccoli for me, 100%. Yeah, it's my favorite vegetable.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Travis going green, choosing the broccoli. And you know what? Let's make it a clean sweep. I'm going broccoli too. Like corn on the cob. I don't like it gets stuck in your teeth. I feel like also it's hard to digest, and it's a lot of work. It's a messy undertaking. A little buttered broccoli. Oh, forget it. I'm in. I am so in with the buttered broccoli. So, the takeaway from this: fire ants, broccoli, scorpion, and broccoli for Travis. My mom loves the corn on the cob, but must eat broccoli. Oh, must. Did your doctor write you a prescription for broccoli? Have two broccoli florets a day and call me in the morning. There we go. That is a little bit of this or that. Now we've got one more piece of business here. We've had too much fun, but some of you might say, uh, is there was there any more fun to be had? Well, there was some potential fun that we decided to we thought better of, and we're going to tell you about it right now in this segment called Rejected Segments. This is the rejected segment, and we're going to tell you about, and some of you might be saying, wow, you mean this show was already questionable? There was stuff that was not good enough to make it into this show? First off, if you're saying that, how dare you? Secondly, here is our rejected segment. Oh, so this is, uh, uh, I thought this was a good idea. Travis talked me off the ledge for this rejected segment from doing it. It would have been 15 minutes of spoilers. So I would go through movies, past, present. I would look up their endings, or if I knew their endings, I would let you know everything that happened in that movie, essentially ruining it for you. So it would have been stuff like, oh, by the way, Sixth Sense, Bruce Willis, he's already dead. Or guess what? Darth Vader, Luke's dad and Leia's dad. And that means Luke and Leia, brother and sister.
Whoa, 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 whoa. We're just doing the
Yeah.
segment.
Wow.
At this point, we're just doing it live.
Damn, that's the thing. I try to explain to them I feel like this has happened before in rejected segments.
It happens almost every day.
Oh, brother. There's multiple problematic things about this. First off, we said the segment was not good, so we shouldn't do it for various and sundry reasons.
Right.
Secondly, I am literally spoiling these movies. But I will say, the ones I mentioned, been out a while. Been out. Like, you've had a good 20 plus years to see The Sixth Sense. You have had, like, since the late 70s or early 80s, sorry, in a little indigestion, to see Empire Strikes Back, where Darth Vader says, Luke, I'm your daddy. Lukey, I'm your daddy. Isn't that how he says it?
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's perfect.
Lukey, I'm your dada. And he's like, hell no. And he's like, yup, slice. Then he cuts his hand off. So that's how that went down. Again, anyway, that would have been, but it would have been like current movies. It would have been like new releases, and we would have gone. You know what? I'm gonna try bringing this one back. But
all right.
I'm also going to try bringing myself back on Monday. I will be here at 11 a.m. on the West Coast, 2 p.m. on the East Coast. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, folks. We had a good time today, and I appreciate everybody coming along for the ride. Thank you for kicking it right here in Backchannel with me, your pal Hal. And I want to thank everybody at Backchannel. Thank you for having us. Thank you again to the all folks that participated, that listened, and thank you to producer Travis for lighting the way, for bushwhacking through this jungle of streaming for us. And thank you to my mom, Deborah Rudnick, for hanging out with us as well. Have a great weekend, everybody. Be safe out there, and we'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.